Light Yagami, anime's deadliest serial killer, part 2.
I'm going to jail!
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another installment of anime's deadliest serial killers. And today we dive into the case of the most notorious serial killer in anime history.
Bro, his editing is so cold, bro.
And that is none other than Kira, aka Light Yagami. And my God, with all the evidence.
Check general chat. Let me check.
In the amount of victims this man racked up, this case is gonna be a beefy one. So let's stop wasting time. So without
hold on, let me take a mag break just real quick. Hold on. I need to take one more break. That wasn't enough. That hit wasn't enough. I need to take a quick mag break just real quick.
Drinking out the bottle, getting twisted, married ain't a game. Watashi kawaii.
Oh my God. All right, back to the reaction. Unk? Yo, youngest Unk. I think he's talking to you, gang. Youngest Unk. Yeah, talk to him.
Further ado, it's time to dive in.
What I come back to, I really just took a mag break. You didn't put me on to nothing.
Light Yagami, one of the most diabolical niggas to ever exist.
Okay, let me take a mag break. Psych, you thought I was gonna hit 3 mag breaks in one minute?
A man with a kill count that ranges in the 6 figures and had a whole cult praising this nigga, thinking that he's the Messiah.
I need somebody to help me glorify God.
Cool.
And stretch out
I think he's talking to you, bro.
your arms, open up your
That's
mouth,
good.
and say anyway.
But you have to wonder how the actual did this generic
Bro, I'm not looking her up, gang.
looking toothpick built ass nigga become one of the most notorious
Is that the Twitter?
mass murderers in fiction. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Bro, we're not gonna get through this reaction going through this damn cord, bro.
it's time for another installment of anime's deadliest serial killers. And today we dive into the case of the most notorious serial killer in
Kira, watashi wa shita. Should I take a mag break?
anime history. And that is none other than Kira, aka Light Yagami. And my God, with all
I'm not gonna lie. Death Note is one of those like starter anime that you recommend to somebody who's trying to get into anime for the first time, because that's literally like one of the first anime that like I watched where I really started to get into anime heavy. You feel me?
the evidence in the amount of victims this man racked up, this case is gonna be
Bro, he slimed her out. One of the coldest, Naomi Misora. Bro, slimed her out in the absolute worst way, bro. One of the craziest anime fatalities of all time, bro.
evidence in the amount of victims this
You're
man
rewatching
racked up,
Mid right now?
This case is gonna be a beefy one. So let's stop wasting time. So without further ado, it's time to dive in to
Oh
the
my
Kira
God.
case. Light Yagami,
Oh God, One Piece
one
way
of the
better.
most diabolical niggas to ever exist. A man with a kill count that ranges in the 6 figures. And
God
had
dang.
a whole cult praising this nigga, thinking that he's the Messiah.
I need somebody to help me glorify God. And stretch out your arms, open up your mouth, and say anyway.
But you have to wonder how the actual
How did he match that up?
did this generic ass background character looking toothpick built ass nigga become one of the most notorious mass murderers in fiction? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is why we are here. So first off, we need to know what the hell the weapon was to commit all these homicides. And that, of course, is the Death Note. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knows how this thing works. But if you forgot, here's a quick refresher. The human whose name is written in this note shall die. The note will not take effect unless the writer has the person's face in their mind when writing his or her name. Therefore, people sharing the same name will not be affected. If the cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. And finally, after writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, with all of that explained, we can now move into the first major incident. And that is, of course, the first confirmed 52 victims
Local crackhead, ugly bastard, and 52 heart attacks.
Now, when Light first found the death note, when it conveniently dropped right in front of him,
Ugly bastard is crazy.
he thought to himself, man, this is some bullshit. What is this, a sick joke? Who the hell would believe this? But Light, being a little curious George, decided to take the book. So later on, when Light got home,
Yo, would y'all take the death note? If you use it, they said you can't go to heaven or hell. I can't even lie. Give me my death note.
was a little bored.
Give me my
he
death
ended up
note.
thinking in his head, I mean, it doesn't hurt to try it out, right? So Light's intrusive thoughts took over. So he ended up turning on the news and hearing, breaking news! A local crackhead is holding 8 children hostage at a daycare.
That's
So
nuts.
Light said, F it, let's write this guy's name down.
He said, damn, who do you want to kill? I wouldn't even... Okay, look. If I had the death note theoretically, right? Do you think I'm going to be a good guy? You think I'm killing all the bad people? No. If you gave me a rough time at work and my manager pissed me off, your name's getting written in there. If I get in an argument with somebody, your name's getting written in there. If I go to get some food and they mess up my order, I'm writing your name in there. Any inconvenience, I'm writing somebody's name in that death note. I'm telling you, all it takes to piss me off one time and hey, what's your name? Oh, okay, cool. You feel me? I'm writing everybody's name. Bro, an NBA player sells my parlay. Kyrie Irving, writing his name in there. Boom. You see what I'm saying? I'm writing hella names. I'm telling you, it's over with.
I mean, he's a criminal after all. So 40 seconds later, the news comes back on and says, breaking news! The children have been
Anybody who I don't like is
the
getting their name
assailant
written in there.
just over and died. Well, this man Light was shook. He was like, no. It was just a coincidence, right? No fucking way, right? But it was no coincidence. This local crackhead was the first victim of Light. But Light needed more proof because he thought it just had to be a random coincidence that bro had a heart attack when he wrote his name down. So later on that same night, while Light is walking back from cram school, he ends up seeing this lady walking, and these bikers come up and start to harass her. So ugly biker bastard right here ends up saying, hey there, pretty lady. How about you come fuck with a real nigga and come in, spit on that thing for me.
Oh my God.
So these freaky ass niggas tried to redo a Hiller shorty in the parking lot. But Light was in the convenience store watching the whole thing like, not on my watch, you 69 gods. So he wrote bro's name down and made the cause be of accidental death. And the rest was history. Old girl breaks
How did he
away.
find his name?
Ugly bastard tries to track her down.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
Moved to another world.
God dang.
And just like that, Light caught
Was
another
good,
body,
Cage?
and this man was stunned. He was like, no fucking way.
My boy, what's good, bro?
I
We
just
reacting to
saw
this
the
CJ the Champ right now.
I must be a fucking god. And
Oh,
at
God.
this point, Light's god complex was born. This man went back to the crib, locked the door looking like he about to beat
Crazy.
that thing, and said, I'm about to cleanse this world of its garbage. So this man looked up a list of criminals and just started getting active. This nigga started writing so fast, it looked like he had an essay due the next day.
Nah,
And
he was
just
cooking.
started racking up bodies. Body. Going crazy, thinking in his head, yeah, that ugly
Bro, what if you get arrested, right? Let's say you theoretically get arrested and you didn't do the crime and he writes your name in there. You're cooked. So does that make him a good guy or a bad guy? Or was that just like a part of the greater good? Oh my God, bro. I'm writing, I don't know. I don't think I could be on that time if I had the death note.
That's what that was.
You wasting hella paper too.
To that little girl the other day. Enjoy being unemployed with.
Yo, imagine you, oh my God, bro. Imagine you were speeding. You got like reckless driving and you had to spend the night in jail and he wrote your name in there. You'd have been cooked, bro.
For disrespect.
You'd have been cooked.
And this man went through the whole night just writing down names until 2 whole pages were full.
Oh,
and look at this man
my
breathing
God.
hard as hell, looking like he just ran a 5K. And just off of that one night, this man killed 52 criminals. Now here's the wild part. That was just criminals that
Oh!
tax. Because when Interpol got this information,
Wait, Toy Story 5 first look revealed, Incredibles 3 announced. Can you put that in the reaction? The reaction section? I want to watch that.
they was like, there could be some people that were unaccounted for. So that death toll could have easily been over 100. So that after Light racked up all of his first victims, the name Kira started spreading like wildfire because Light was constantly dropping off niggas. Every single day he was killing multiple criminals, and people all around the world was supporting this man. They had threads in
Yo, if that were happening, let's say this were to happen in real life, would y'all actually be happy that hella criminals would just start catching heart attacks? Be honest. Would y'all be like, yo, who's doing that? I don't even think we would like attribute that to somebody. We probably think it's like God or something. I don't even know. Like, I don't know how we would react, bro.
Discord servers just glazing this nigga, and this just
I'd be chilling. Or you would just like not care or something.
Like even more, bro. Just looking at this light. Yeah, that's right. Glaze me, nigga. Polish this Willie.
It depends on what crime.
He got this A1 instigating Shinigami Ryuk attached to his hip the whole time now.
If someone had that power, I wouldn't.
Only criminals. At the end of the day, it was still murder. And this is when this man fell for the trap. Now, this is the moment where you just think to yourself, what if Light never made this crucial mistake? And that mistake was killing Linda L. Taylor on live TV. So a world.
Yeah, why did he kill him? He just killed him to make a, like, to prove a point, right?
Wide public service announcement comes on.
Check general chat. I'm gonna check it after this video.
TV. And this man announces himself as L, but obviously this ain't L. But Light didn't know. So Linda L. Taylor starts speaking and saying,
"Good afternoon, world. My name is Linda L. Taylor. Kira, if you're watching this, we have a message for you. You are evil, and you are just a mindless serial killer. And I'm gonna bring your punk ass to justice."
So while Light is watching this, here come
the ability, bro. Who thought of, like, you gotta be built different to want to arrest somebody who can kill people remotely.
This instigating ass nigga.
Nizzy would be a crazy. What do you mean a crazy side character?
That nigga pressing your shit right now. So what the fuck you gonna do about it, huh? So here come this man Light. His ego is challenged. You think I'm fucking evil? Quit all that fucking yapping, nigga. I am God, and you can suck my divine dick.
Oh my God.
So Light got to work quick. He wrote bro's name down in a heartbeat, and after he finished, he was like, "Yeah, that's right. I'll show the world what happens if you defy me." So 40 seconds later, and Linda L. Taylor has a heart attack, croaks over, and dies. And here go Light thinking he got it in the bag. What's wrong?
Do you know Kingdom Hearts? Hell yeah, I played like 2 games.
The fuck up, huh? Pussy, you was talking to that shit.
What's good, fuck, nigga?
Huh?
I can't believe it. You was one dumbass nigga. You really think I'd get my introverted ass on TV and f***ing press you like this? You one stupid ass nigga, and now I know all your shit. The dude you just killed? Yeah, he was due for execution today anyway, so he could go f*** off. Also, this is not a worldwide broadcast. We only broadcasting this in the Kanto region of Japan.
Damn.
So guess what, motherfucker? I know exactly where you at. So come on, motherfucker. Go on ahead and try to kill me. Do it. Come on. I'm waiting for you right here.
That is actually crazy smart, bruh. Watching this back, this dude L was built so different. What did you walk in on? We watching CJ the Champ right now.
Don't be a pussy bitch. Show me you got some balls.
Bro, why are you saying like you'll pull up for a couple episodes and then die off with a crazy end? Do I look like a character in a series that would just die off in a few episodes, gang? Do I look like somebody? I look like a main character. I don't look like no damn side character that dies in 3 episodes. Hell no. Hell no. Do I look like that? No. I definitely give MC energy, bro. Or at least Deuteronomous energy, bro.
That you need a name in a face.
Fuck. He got your ass. Could it be me though?
Kira, know this. On my mama, I'm coming for your bitch ass, and I'm gonna put your nigga ass in the slammer.
So after this man L played Light like a fool and pressed the living hell out of him, the investigation on Kira went into full effect. So this is where we move on to our next set of evidence and next set of victims. In our first
here's where it gets crazy.
Ray Pinber. Now, Ray Pinber was a FBI agent. Yeah, this case got so big that this man
it wouldn't,
ended
bro.
up getting help from the FBI to come.
Nizzy's death would be beneficial though. The MC would probably get a new form. You look like the character that has no lines and has less than a minute screen time. That's not even that's like an NPC, dog. What are you talking about? No. I'm definitely main character material.
Solve this case because that's how horrendous this shit got. Because Light was murdering like 23 niggas a day at this point. He was dropping at least least one body an hour and just toying with L the whole time. So L suspected that whoever Kira was had to have ties to the police, because how the hell would this person be getting all this information on these criminals? And what do you know? Light's dad is the police chief. So L basically made every single person that had ties to the police be kept under surveillance by the FBI. And Ray Pember's job was to survey Light. And obviously Light didn't need this type of heat. So Light decided, I'm gonna have to put this man in a coffin. So Light came up with this devious ass plan. And that was the bus jacking incident.
Yo, if you really think about it, as he's breaking this down, right? Because I remember watching the show a break ago and I was like, damn, this dude Light Yagami is one of the smartest anime characters ever. He's really not that smart. He's really stupid, bruh. Yeah, you gotta dip. Hey, if you dip, and you might have to watch this at a later time. I'm not gonna lie. If you want to watch this series, you're lying to yourself. Your character will have potential, but will die easily. No, he won't. My character is gonna have grit and tenacity, bro. But yeah, Light was really stupid, I'm not gonna lie.
So for this, Light needed a guinea pig. So he found another local crackhead on the most wanted list.
You'd be a Chad type character, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, I just butchered that man's name. So the second part of his plan, he needed a shorty. So this man dialed up one of his shorties on his roster and called her and said, hello?
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny as fuck, man. I'm a freak, man. Like, for real.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
So the next day, Light
just
ends
like
up
me.
meeting the girl to go on their date to Disneyland. And of course, Ray Pember is right behind them, following them, all according to Light's plan. So they end up getting on the bus, and Ray Pember
I'm still thinking about that damn sound. That was freaky as hell. That was little. That deserves the freak bob. That was so freaky.
right behind them. So about a good 15 minutes later, they stop at the next bus stop, and the local crackhead gets on the bus. And this man wasted no time. He cocked back the gun and said, "All right, everybody, sit the fuck down and do your best Rosa Parks impersonation. I'ma blow this nigga." But sir, please. I ain't playing with you, nigga. So this man called up Disneyland and said, "Bring out all the cash you made today, and make sure the nigga that's bringing out got on a Minnie Mouse costume."
Sir, we're able to comply with your demands, but why the Minnie Mouse costume?
So I can get my nut off, nigga. The fuck else you expect? So while
Oh
this
my God.
lunatic is high out of his mind and going wild, this man Ray Pember leans over and says, "All right, y'all, like he said, stay calm and do your best Rosa Parks impersonation. My name is Ray Pember, FBI." So when this man Light looked at this man's ID, bro just smirked and thought in his head, "Stupid ass nigga, all according to plan." So Light digs in his pocket and drops a piece of paper on the floor. So the crackhead's like, "The fuck you moving for, you little shit? You want me to blow your brains out, nigga?" But Light meant to drop that paper because that was a piece of the death note. So old boy turns around and starts tweaking because he ends up seeing Ryuk behind him.
Oh.
Just starts emptying the mag, trying to shoot this man Ryuk, but obviously it ain't working. So bro ran up to the bus driver and said, "Oh Lord, get me off this bus." So the bus driver stops. Bro runs out into the street, and Cartoon comes flying down the street.
What?
This nigga's guts like the Nickelodeon.
Bro, the timing is actually crazy on this.
Go.
The timing on this is insane.
Of course, Light is sitting on this bus with no emotion, looks at his watch, and said, 11:45 on the dot, right on schedule. Light staged this entire bus jacking, because using the death note, he made this man board the bus, attempt to hijack it, then jump out and get hit by a car due to accidental death. And then at the end of this, Ray Pember thinks nothing suspicious
good,
of
Chop?
this man, because he thought, it couldn't be Kira, because he would have just offed him when he got on the bus. So now this man does not suspect Light, and Light has his name. So after Light boomed the second local crackhead, it was time to move into phase 3 of his plan. So about a week later, at a subway station, he ends up seeing Ray Pember walking. So Light puts on his hood looking like he about to hit a lick. So he gets behind him and says, "Ray Pember, don't move a fucking muscle or I'll drop your ass right here." So Light tells this man that he's Kira. And to prove it, he said, "Look over there. You see that nigga with them glasses on? I'ma drop that nigga right now." And bro right here starts having a heart
Damn.
attack and dies. Bro straight up off this man in the public eye. And then Light told him, don't worry.
What did bro say? So does the death note make you do what it? Yeah, it has to. You can write how somebody dies. So you could say, yo, somebody, you're gonna take over a bus. You're gonna hold everybody hostage. You're gonna jump out and then get ran over by accidental death. Yes, you can make somebody do whatever before they die.
Shouldn't feel bad for him. He was a registered
Oh,
sex offender
chop. Okay,
and
bet.
a PDF file. Caught him talking to 3 little boys the other day. So Light
Damn.
gives him an earpiece and tells him to board a train. So later on when he boards the train, Light tells him to open the envelope. And he sees all these papers.
Yeah, you
So
could
Light
make
says in
somebody
his ear,
you could make somebody
Write
goon
your
to death. I'm
boss's
not
name
gonna lie.
And every single FBI agent that came here in Japan. Do what I'ma drop your ass and your bitch right the fuck now.
So Ray Pember writes down all the names. So after this, Light told him wait 30 minutes and then get off the train. So 30 minutes pass. Ray Pember gets off the train
And dies.
it happens. And right before the lights went out, this man looked up and saw who Kira was the whole time. And fell
Damn.
before he
I don't know why he killed him though. He shouldn't have killed him if you think about it, right? Because they're keeping track of everybody who's associated with the police force, and that's the only guy that dies. Come on, bro.
died.
You've got
He did the most just to expose himself low key.
So after the lights went out for Ray Pember, so did the rest of the FBI's. Because the sheet that Ray Pember wrote those names on were death note sheets. So the other 11 agents that were in Japan and his boss shortly died right after Ray. And just like that, Light Yagami did the unthinkable. This man bitched the FBI. Because the director of the FBI calls L and tells him,
Mr. L, I'm sorry, but
America's gonna have to pull out of this one. This shit's getting out of hand. Now it seems that Light is ready to make his victory lap, but there was one problem. There was a loose end, and that loose end was Ray Pember's fiance,
Damn.
a former FBI agent. So she did some
Yeah,
stupid
they
shit.
all died at the same damn time, pretty much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna spoil. This probably is gonna be the craziest death in the whole series. He slimed her out in the worst way. I'm not even gonna lie. Watch.
around and quickly figured out whoever Kira was had to be on that bus. Also, she ended up figuring out that he can kill in other ways besides a heart attack. So a couple days later, she goes to the police station because she's basically figured out this entire thing. All she needs to know was who was on the bus. So
Oh
when she
my
goes to the police
god, the
station and
freaking fan bus.
asked to speak to Light's dad, who is over the case, just by coincidence, Light walks in and overhears her talking about it. So Light was like, who the hell is this bitch? So he walks up to her and tells her, hi, excuse me, ma'am. My name's Light. Pleasure to meet you. You see, my dad is the chief of the police force, so I can help you out real quick. You know what I'm saying? So they end up walking outside and they start chatting it up. So the first thing Light asks is, Miss Beautiful
Oh
Miss,
my God,
can I have
bro.
your name? So she says,
I'm not even gonna
yeah,
lie.
your name's
In a zombie apocalypse, I'm just gonna end it. I'm gonna be honest. You say you only see me lasting a week. No, I'm only gonna last a day. I'm only gonna last like 12 hours. Because living in a zombie apocalypse is actually horrible. I would just end my existence.
Okomaki. So Light already has the name. So now his plan was to just talk her up, figure out what she knows, and if she knew too much, he was gonna offer. So they kept on talking, and she just kept on yapping. But everything she said was right. And the real stinger was, she said that, so my fiance said that he showed somebody his ID, and he wasn't supposed to. So whoever he showed his ID to, that's most definitely Kira. So Light was like, shit! She knows way too much. She got
Damn.
to die now. Cause if they pull up them bus cameras, Light's cooked. So here
You
goes
could
the
rob a
sinister
bank without
ass
realizing
nigga.
it.
So bro starts asking her
Without anybody
questions,
realizing
but in
it.
reality, he's writing down her name. So Light thinks he's got her. But a couple of more seconds pass, and she's still alive. So Light
Fake
ends
name.
up figuring out because Ryuk's ass was laughing at him the whole time that she used the alias. So that was not her real name. So Light is starting to panic. It is do or die right now. Cause if she gets back to the police station, he's done. So he pulled this last trick out of his ass and told her, well, you see, ma'am, it's gonna be actually impossible for you to go back to the police station because they're very busy right now. But it's okay though, because I'm on the Kira task force. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, I have connections to L too. So this Pinocchio, long-nosed, lion-ass nigga basically baited her and told her, you know what, ma'am, you are really smart. You should join the task force with us. All you gotta do is show me your ID so I can check your credentials. So obviously, she jumped at the idea because she wants to bring her fiance's killer to justice. So she whips out her ID and it's over. Light saw her real name, wrote it down, and made the Cosby of unaliving herself. So right before tragedy was about to strike, she asked this man, why do you keep on looking at your watch? Oh, because I'm Kira. Duh, stupid bitch. And it was over. She ended up walking away and she's going to unalive herself in GTA. And while she's walking away, this sick nigga is just talking and saying, oh, ma'am, what's wrong? You still need to use my phone, right? I thought we were gonna catch Kira. And what makes this even more tragic, they never found her body. We don't know what the hell happened to her. All we know is that she unalived herself. And with that, the bus jacking incident comes to a close.
What did I tell you? Slimed her in the anime. It was the craziest scene when he told her to, bro. Straight slimed her out in the worst way.
Alrighty.
Can you not know? Once you write how you die, that's how it's gonna be. So if you want to write they unalive themselves, you gonna do it regardless.
Chop, moving on, we got more people dying. Flip the board for our next set of evidence. Now, obviously, we know Light's biggest opposition is one of the smartest characters
I'm gonna tap into the cord after this video.
in fiction. This nigga's anime Sherlock Holmes. And this man was on Light's ass 24/7 because he always had a hunch that Light was Kira. I mean, he literally walked up to bro and said, hey, man, my name's L, and I think there's a 5% chance that you're Kira.
What?
Oh, hell no.
I'm not sure all the way, but there's like a 5% chance, bruh. He had this
What's good,
man
Nas?
join the Kira task force to keep an eye on him more. He even had cameras set up in his room, watching him 24/7. So you know damn well that he was watching him yanking his shit. And don't be acting like I'm reaching. You think Light was cracking Misa? Fuck no, he hated this bitch. Speaking of that, let me go ahead and introduce the accomplice. The second Kira, Misa. Absolute brain dead. This girl suffers from brain rot. And she's just deeply in love with this nigga. And the reason why is because her parents were murdered. And lo and behold, guess who brought justice to the murderer? Yeah, they were off that nigga. And how she got a death note is even crazier. One night she was walking home and she got approached by some crazy ass stalker nigga. And he was ready to kill her. So a Shinigami named Jealous that was weirdly in love with her decided to save her life and kill the stalker at the cost of his life. So Rim decided, I might as well give her the death note. He would have wanted it this way. And ta-da, Miss Brainrot became the second Kira. So Light decided to use her because she had the Shinigami eyes and she could see any person's name just by looking at them. But at the cost of halving your lifespan though. But Light knew he needed her to dip in his bag so he could kill people 10 times easier. So he made her pose as his girlfriend. So time passes and one day,
my boy got Rizzy. I told you, bro. What are we watching? Light Yagami Anime's Deadliest Serial Killer. It's CJ the Champ.
Ends up capturing Misa, suspecting
Shinigami PDF files is crazy.
They raided her apartment and just found a bunch of shit. So she got put in confinement. So Light said, F it, it's time to activate my master plan. So to make sure Misa did not confess, he had Rim make her relinquish ownership of the Death Note so it would wipe all of her memories of it. Then had Rim and Ryuk swap notebooks. And in the notebook, he wrote down 2 BS rules that basically said, if the person that is using the notebook hasn't wrote down a name in 13 days, they die. And if you destroy the notebook, all the humans that have used it will die. So he told Rim, go give this notebook to a greedy, power-hungry bastard and let them become Kira, while I give myself up to L, relinquish ownership of the Death Note, and go into solitary confinement for a total of 50 days. And that's what Light did, because on day 7 of his confinement, Light gave up his ownership of the Death Note and lost all of his memories of it to take all suspicion off of him. And on day 15, the murders started back up again. And the person murdering these people was Mr. Kiyosuke Higuchi of the Yotsuba group. So him and this group decided to kill other businessmen to further the growth of their company. It was Disney just building a bigger monopoly. But their downfall was they had some rats. And that was these two right here, because they basically sold out and was talking to L the whole time. So over time, after Light and Misa was released from confinement, and L and Light, the two smartest niggas on the earth working on the case simultaneously, ended up figuring out that it was Higuchi. So one night, they end up baiting him out with a fake broadcast saying that they're about to reveal who Kira is. So later on, while this man is speeding down the road, he ends up getting stopped by a cop. So the cop do his thing. He like, license and registration, please.
Damn.
So Higuchi's like, all right. But this man was not reaching for the license. He was reaching for the death note. And he made the Shinigami ideal so he could see the officer's name. So he wrote bro's name down, then just hit the gas and took off. So this man starts a whole high-speed chase, running from this cop. And about 5 seconds later, the cop ends up having a heart attack and crashes into the back of a truck. Another victim by truck coon. Damn, this nigga's on a tear. So that man L said, all units, arrest this nigga. Now, this shit went from Death Note to Tokyo Drift. So this man had the whole task.
Damn, we actually going crazy.
In the chopper, and they was not playing games. They said this shit ends tonight. So while this man Higuchi is speeding on the road, this man runs into a police blockade. So he ends up getting cornered and he is trapped. So he tries to drive the other way, but FaZe Watery is up here on the helicopter and says, not on my watch, fucker boy. And shoots his tire out, makes him spin out, and he crashes into the wall. And
oh my God.
They surrounded that man. So they cuff him, pin him down, and they start interrogating him. Now here is where this master manipulator plan comes full circle. So while they're interrogating him, Higuchi tells him that there is a notebook that allows him to do all of his killings. So Light Dad goes in and searches the car, and he finds the death note. So when he touches it and starts looking through it, he ends up seeing Rim and freaks the f out. So then the other detective comes over, and he says, Chief, are you all right? The fuck you screaming for? Oh, shit! So that man L says, bring the notebook over to the helicopter. So L gets the notebook and just starts staring into nothingness, just going into a deep thought. But he ended up realizing there has to be more than one notebook because there were two Kiras. And while that was happening, Light was like, let me see it. And Light grabbed the notebook.
And then just got right back to it.
Bro looked like he entered the avatar state. Every single memory came back into this man's head.
Oh so my God.
Like, bro, are you good? And Light was like, oh,
he could definitely do that.
Perfectly fine. It swaps over to his face and it's over. This nigga just thinking, yes, I've won.
Wait, did he have the eye deal? Did he take the Shinigami eyes?
All according to plan.
Dog, this was actually a devious plan. I'm not gonna lie, he is smart. He is smart. But is he one of the smartest anime characters? I don't know.
So this man pulls out a piece of paper that he had in his watch, plucks himself and makes him bleed, and writes down Higuchi's name with his blood. And 40 seconds later, while they're taking him back to the car to arrest him, Higuchi has a heart attack, falls to his
why did he kill him?
knees, and dies. And look at this man's face, bro. It is all over. It was just about to get worse from here. So they get back to headquarters and they start looking over the death note and they find those fake bogus rules that Light made. And that fake 13 days rule basically cleared him and Misa's name. So they were off the hook. So this is when Light's mass manipulation went overboard. He made Misa go find the other death note, gain all of her memories back, then left a note saying, yeah, you remember that guy L? Find his real name and kill him. So she makes the Shinigami ideal again.
Again, she halved what was halved. Dog. That's why I like him. He don't care about these hoes at all. He don't care about these hoes at all, bro. He said, take the deal again. Wow.
Cutting her lifespan in half again.
Yeah.
And he makes her start killing people again. And this is where Rim ended up realizing what Light's full plan was. And that was to get suspicion back on Misa so that Rim would have to intervene and kill L to protect Misa because Rim deeply cared about Misa. So it was pretty much wrapped.
Dog, big brain. Big brain.
The power goes out, and she done already killed Watery. This old man fighting for his life. So he ends up deleting all the data, and then a few seconds later, it happens. L has a heart attack, falls over. And before he dies, the last thing that he sees is this evil, dick-headed ass smirk. Just to rub it in at the last second. And the lights went out.
Devious.
Elle was dead. Now here comes the attitude swap up. Look at this fucker. He's like, oh, no! It was the Shinigami, guys! You know, y'all, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I really do hate this nigga. But I have to admit, game is game. This man is the best mass manipulator right beside this bastard. So then later he ends up finding Rim's pile of ashes because she died because she was saving Misa, and Light just casually takes his death note back. So after this, Light was about to go on another mass murder requiem. This man
Okay, so from this part of the series, this is normally where I stop watching because it just isn't as good anymore. Now I'm not gonna lie. Let's go.
Stands at the top of the building, pulls out his pen, and just started going on a rampage. These two people that were on the task force that were basically convicts. Yeah, it was raps for them. Bootleg Nina Williams. She's out here riding her motorcycle. She has a heart attack, crashes the motorcycle, and dies. And this next one was tragic. This dude right here, Iber, his wife and kid walks in the room, and the kid's like, Daddy! Just to see his dad's corpse fall on the ground.
Tough.
Oh man, and y'all remember the Yotsuba group? They thought they were scot-free. Renji gets up and tells Suguru that we did it, man. This is a new start for Yotsuba. Yeah, man, our stock is about to roar. Just for this man to fall over, cough up blood, and old boy right here knew he was cooked. He has a heart attack, and every single member of the Yotsuba group died.
Damn.
But didn't stop there. Now, I have a
dog, why does it look like he was cooking right there? Oh, you know he was cooking.
The group died. But like
you're writing people's name in a book. It doesn't need to look this crazy.
Stop there. Now, I have a theory because they didn't confirm this, but I honest to God think that this is true. While he's on this killing montage, it shows all the past news reporters that have reported on this man. Now, you see this woman right here. Peep this. On this board where it shows a bunch of criminals being wiped out,
she died.
Is on the bottom right, and her picture goes out. So that tells me this nigga killed all of the news reporters that said some shit about him.
I'm not gonna lie, I believe it. I believe it.
I'm actually fucking sick. Nigga said fuck bad press. Y'all can suck my dick, TMZ.
J-Dot, thank you.
After this, it just got worse. Over the next 5 years, Light's killings increased tenfold because there was nobody that could stop him. So this is a time where this man had to have dropped off at least 100,000 plus. Nigga, America claimed him as law, judge, jury, and executioner because they couldn't do nothing. Look at George Bush old ass. You know he ain't do shit. But I can't blame the old nigga because Light's reign of terror just got worse and worse and worse. I mean, the nigga can control Truck Kun on command. And the most chilling thing this man ever did was go to Elle's grave and just start derangingly laughing his ass off. Look at this nigga. He has his ass up.
Hey,
He's
yo.
looking at his grave and spitting on his shit. I mean, look at that thing. That shit is moving. This nigga Light said, "Huck, ate my testicles, nigga." And with Light's victory, we now move into our final set of evidence. Now, at this point in time, Light has taken the mantle of Elle. Yes, Light just didn't kill Elle. He took his
Damn, I'm about to rewatch this series.
flow.
He made it sound so lit.
Name and L's successors, Nier and Mello, are now on his ass. So Mello and the Mafia decided to kidnap the director of the MPA so they could trade him for the Death Note. So guess what Light did? Ding, 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 you probably guessed it. Light kills the director of the MPA so the Mafia will lose their leverage. But guess what? That's just the start of this last little list that I have. So you want to hear some more terrible shit? I got you. So since Light killed the director of the MPA, Mello and the Mafia decided, let's kidnap this man's sister so they can get more leverage. So after this whole trade went down and they got back his sister, she was so traumatized by this experience. Her mind was broken. She was so fucked up she couldn't even talk. Had her in a wheelchair and everything at Arkham Asylum. And his sister was sadly a victim of his actions. But guess who also was a victim of his actions? His daddy. Yeah. This man used his dad as a pawn. So to get back that Death Note, Light decided to relinquish his. It made Misa send a message that said Kira will be relinquishing his death note to somebody in the task force. And guess who took ownership of that death note and made the Shinigami ideal? His daddy.
What?
So they end up raiding Mello's hideout. And at the end of the raid, Light tells his dad to confront Mello. So while Light's dad is confronting Mello, Light's dad was hesitant about writing his name down and killing him. So one of the dudes that was left alive shoots his dad in the back, and Mello blows up his hideout. So after this, they are in the hospital, and Light's dad is about to die. So you know what this sick, pathetic bastard does?
Let me guess, because I haven't watched this part. Do you play R6? No. Guess what he said? I'm pretty sure he said his name. What's his name, Dad?
He says, Dad, please, before you go, you've got to write his name down.
Is this nigga serious?
Help me out here, damn it. Do something useful for your son before you fucking die.
Oh my God. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him the, please. Black, get him the fuck out of here.
Like, I can't begin to tell you how pathetic this shit was. Yo dad is about to die because of your actions, by the way, and you begging this nigga to get somebody's name for your personal gain. Sick bastard. And this wasn't even the worst part. Since his dad had the Shinigami eyes, he looked at Light and said, "Oh, sonny boy, I'm glad to see that you not Kira, because I could see your lifespan. I could die at peace." This man's dad died not knowing that his son was Kira because he relinquished that death note. Because the thing was that if you were a user of the death note, a person with Shinigami eyes could not see your lifespan. So his dad died living a lie. Sickening shit. And his blood is on Light's hands. So this man joined.
Damn, bro. What? Hey, we might have to watch this joint on Discord or something. Bro, should we watch this? Yeah, we might have to do a watch party. I'm not gonna lie.
Side Club. Now we have come down to our last major victim, and this one was just peak manipulation. So while Kira's influence was growing stronger in the world, and Light was out here inciting
watch Solo Leveling, bro. We already watched. Let me show you. Hold on. Oh.
He needed the right people to spread his message. So the ex-Kira, Teru Mikami, who was basically Light's right-hand man, that he personally chose after making Misa relinquish her death note again.
Damn! How many times does he keep violating?
Losing all of her memories, decided we need a change of management. So this fat nigga, Demigawa, who is the leader of Kira's kingdom and is the spokesperson for this cult, decided to stream their Sunday service on TV.
Yo, thank you for the likes.
So Mikami said, fuck these niggas. So he deletes every single one of these
what?
on live TV. Delete! Then he saved Demigawa's fat ass for last. He said, the doors of the church are open, but not for you.
Why'd he kill them?
So after Mikami disbanded the Church of Kira, he chose a loyal supporter of Kira to be the next spokesperson. And that was Kiyomi Takeda, Light's ex-girlfriend back in college.
Damn.
So you see where this is probably gonna go, right? So Light convinced the task force that we should use Shorty to get some more leverage on Kira and find out who that is. But obviously, Light had ulterior motives with her. So one night, he meets up with her. So here go this manipulation Riz. How you doing, Shorty? You looking as fine as ever. He just had her in the palm of his hand. So he basically told her, look, Shorty, I'm Kira, and I see that my dog has chosen you as my spokesperson.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna get those reactions edited.
And she was so ecstatic. She was
this dude's Riz is how many girls has he finessed?
Entrenched in this nigga. And yeah, y'all could probably guess what happened.
Oh, he took her to the boom boom room.
Show it, but let's be real. Light laid the pipe on her ass.
Yeah, he took her to the boom boom room.
How good is that shit? How good is that shit, bitch?
So after Light got done getting his freak on and getting Takeda to work with him, he had Shorty basically being another Kira. So he made Mikami make a fake notebook and sent the actual names to Takeda, bringing her in and making her do some damn killing. And she was just dignitized. She had that Jeffrey Dahmer syndrome when Shorty's was just fiending over that nigga for some odd reason. But time for shit to get crazy. So one day, Takeda ends up getting ran up on and kidnapped by Mello. So a couple hours passed and Mello started trying to interrogate her. Bro pulled out the gun and said, all right, chop chop.
Whoa, half his face is burnt off.
And start shaking them booty cheeks. I'ma blow your fucking brains out, bitch. So while she starts stripping, she ends up taking a piece of the death note out that she had in her bra. So while Mello's transporting her in the back of this truck, she ends up calling Light and she on the phone saying, oh my God, baby, please help me. This weird nigga came, put me in the back of a truck and told me to shake my booty cheeks. So Light said, baby, calm down. Now, did you do what I told you to do if you ever got in a situation like this? Yeah. And that is what she did because she wrote Mello's name down and killed that nigga. But Light, being a sick and twisted bastard, decided, nah, I'ma get as much out of you as I can until your gas tank is empty, bitch. So Light told her on the phone,
the time has come. Execute Order 66.
So he made her call up Mikami and made her tell him, send me as many criminals as you can so I can go on a killing spree. So while she was doing that, Light was just sitting in the car on the way to go pick her up.
He didn't care at all.
And in his head, he just said, man, you know what? You should have never went to that frat party without me, bitch.
And then he killed her?
And it was all over for Shorty. Light made her unalive herself by burning herself alive and setting everything on fire to get rid of every single piece of evidence.
What?
Just like that. That was Light Yagami's final.
Oh! He did her worse than the other chick. I didn't even know that. What? Why did he could have kept her around. What? That's dumb.
Because the next day on January 28th, this nigga got yeah, I'm not gonna lie, with the final confrontation with Nier, Light got cooked. This nigga went out so sad, bro. Nier read this motherfucker like a book. It was actually fucking hilarious seeing this nigga lose his mind. Because Mikami utterly failed. So Light tried to pull a fast one, but Matsuda just dumped bullets in his ass. So for Light to escape, Mikami just unalived himself. Nigga committed seppuku, and Light just ran away. But they didn't even bother chasing him. He was done. So Ryuk, watching over the whole thing, was just like, well,
laughing.
I'll give it to you, Light. You was one entertaining motherfucker. But I need my notebook back. And on January 28th, 2010, anime's most deadliest serial killer died.
Dang, he had I wanted him to win.
Of a heart attack.
I gotta drop a like.
Man, how everything comes full fucking circle, doesn't it, buddy?
Dang, yeah, he went crazy.
All right, everybody, it's time for our final tally. Now, obviously, keeping kill count in this is
and he was 6 foot. No wonder he was risen.
Really impossible because.
What you mean? I want, bro. He caught so many bodies. He put in so much work in the field. He was this close to knocking off his final op, and he couldn't do it, bro. He was so close, bro. I wish he would have knocked off his last op, bro. Oh my god. Like, you can't put in that much work and then just die and that's it, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Were mad off-screen deaths. And he just wasn't killing criminals. He was killing innocent people too. And also people
on
with
God, he should have.
He probably killed your ass if you got a speeding ticket. Cause this motherfucker was just evil. I mean, you know how many families he probably tore apart doing this shit?
He did fumble. He did fumble when it mattered most.
One prayer for these families.
That doesn't mean he's a bum though. He put in a lot of work.
But here's what we'll do. If one of y'all can get an actual reasonable number and people actually agree with you, I'll pin the comment and we'll make that our number. But you know what that number gonna be right now? Drum roll, please.
1 million. A lot.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I ain't lying. Anyways, man, case closed. And that is another installment of Anime's Deadliest.
No, Joker has fumbled too. Joker has definitely fumbled.